Coming through. Look out, look out, look out.
Conflict is a fact of everyday life. It comes to us in a variety of forms. Instinct moves us out of the way of danger. But when instinct is blinded by fear or slowed by thought, we hesitate or even stop dead in our tracks. Clearly, when a threat approaches, there are other choices than meeting it head-on. Enshin Karate is the art of managing conflict in a practical, natural way. Enshin Karate is based on a simple strategy called Sabaki. Sabaki is movement out of a line of attack into a blind spot position from which one can counterattack using the attacker's momentum against him. The combinations available to this strategy are almost limitless.
They're ready to go, and a trickle of blood from the left corner of Brett Laser's mouth down onto his chest.
A knockout, a left roundhouse kick.
This is the strategy behind Enshin Karate. This is Sabaki. Against any attack, you must instantly choose the best position for counterattack. This always means moving to the attacker's side or back, the blind spot position. For example, against a right punch, you must choose to move right or left, but there is actually only one smart move. Move to the outside of the opponent's lead hand, where you can easily take the attacker's blind spot. Why is the blind spot the best counterattack position? 1. You are well out of range of the attack. 2. The attacker is blind to your counterattack. If you fail to take the blind spot position, you gain no advantage, and the fighting remains even. Remember, always move to the position that will bring you most quickly to the side and back of the attacker's lead hand, to the blind spot position. There are 4 basic Enshin positions. In positions 1 and 2, you move forward and to the left or right of the attacker. In those cases, when the attacker lunges forward, you move back and to the left or right, into positions 3 and 4. In this introductory tape, we will concentrate mainly on the use of positions 1 and 2. The basic movements of blocking, punching, and kicking are the building blocks of Sabaki technique. Fighting stance is the foundation for quick, strong technique. From the ground up, a solid fighting stance should hold the feet, knees, hips, and elbows in a vertical alignment directed at an oncoming attack. The body is turned sideways to present a narrower target. The fighter is poised, his power drawn in. Unlike a traditional wide stance, this modified boxing stance allows for greater quickness and agility. In Enshin Karate, the parry or block begins the counterattack. Circular motion is the essence of Enshin parries and blocks. The middle outside parry, Chudan Soto Nagashi, is used against straight-in punches or kicks. It is designed to deflect an incoming blow and expose the attacker's blind spot. The backhand protects the face. The middle outside parry protects the chest and stomach. The middle outside parry doesn't attempt to stop the incoming blow. Instead, it uses the palm or inner forearm in a circular motion to deflect the blow to one side and expose the opponent's blind spot. The middle outside parry works equally well against punches, front kicks, and even straight back kicks. In normal fighting stance, the front hand parry against a right punch or front kick deflects the blow and exposes the opponent's blind spot. But against a left punch or straight left kick to the stomach area, use the front hand in a lower parry called Gedan Barai. Like Soto Nagashi, the Gedan Barai or lower parry deflects an incoming blow across the front of the attacker's body. The parrying hand rotates so the palm or knife edge makes contact with the incoming blow. The circular movement of the parrying hand carries through the stomach area. It passes just outside the front hip and ends up in its starting position protecting the face. The Gedan Barai works against left lower punches or front kicks. The deflecting action of the front hand turns the attacker and exposes his blind spot. Against a face punch, however, the Gedan Barai is too cumbersome. In this situation, a right outside parry with the backhand is faster and should be executed while moving to the attacker's blind spot. Roundhouse kicks to the head can be blocked with an upper block called Jodanuke. The upper block starts in the hips. It is a lifting movement of the arms that absorbs the incoming blow, then pushes it back in an upward arc. Contact is made from beneath the oncoming blow, with the other hand protecting the face. Remember, the upper block is a deflecting motion, so keep the forearm angled back to allow the impact of the kick to be absorbed and redirected upwards. The upper block can be used effectively to either side. After blocking, move immediately to the outside of the attacker's lead foot into a counterattack position. Against a low roundhouse kick, the most effective technique for absorbing impact and deflecting the blow is the shin block, called Suneoke. To stop the attacker's momentum, lean into the kick with the hip of the blocking leg extended forward. Position the blocking shin to meet the attacker's leg at a perpendicular angle. Against right or left low roundhouse kicks, always block with the lead shin. To block a left low roundhouse, cross over to meet the attacker's leg at a perpendicular angle. Keep the hands and upper body in their original position. Always try to stop the low roundhouse kick just above the attacker's knee. When your momentum forces back the kicking leg, you've created the blind spot position on the attacker's opposite side. The shin block is an ideal defense against any low kick at close distance, especially when the attacker has already started his forward momentum.
Okay, so we tried doing it right now, shin block. Okay, someone come a low kick, then you can use the shin, then block fine. See, like fighting sounds, low kick come, put your weight front. This is good block. But some people see, just pick up knee and block like this. Easy to get sweep, right? Just try, someone come, try up, now going that low sweeping, see. That gets very easy. Also, some people see, keep upping, only pick up legs. So, easy to get swept too, so. Okay. So point is, you have to wait front and block, right? Don't just pick them up knee, okay? Right.
Against low or middle roundhouse kicks, a foot stop called ashidome is the most useful technique. Whether stopping to the right or left, ashidome is always done with the front foot. Timing is important because you must stop the kick before the attacker's momentum carries forward. The ashidome has to be done early. Use the whole surface of the foot and bring the hip of the stopping leg well forward to check the attacker's momentum. Ashidome is effective to both sides, but remember, keep the stopping foot perpendicular to the attacker's leg or trunk. To stop the attacker's left roundhouse kick, rotate the hips and keep the hands and upper body in their original position. The ashidome can be targeted to a number of different areas on the attacker's body, to the supporting leg, the kicking leg, or the trunk. Against taller opponents, use ashidome to the supporting leg. Against any roundhouse kick, you can always stop to the trunk. It's the biggest target of all. When stopping to the leg, aim for the top of the leg near the hip. This area moves less and is a larger target than the knee or shin. Strong shin block or stopping techniques require good timing. Always keep the hands up to protect the face. Use stopping techniques early whenever possible. Now that we've looked at basic defensive moves, let's examine some of the offensive weapons in the Enshin arsenal. Once you have parried an attacker's punch or kick, the fastest counterattack is a straight punch. It must not only be quick, it must be accurate and powerful. Any punch is a transfer of power from the legs and hips through the back and shoulders into the fist. Here are some basic points to keep in mind. Concentrate impact on the two large knuckles next to the thumb. For an efficient transfer of power, keep the wrist absolutely straight. Hip rotation is extremely important. Think of how this same hip torque is used in other sports for swinging a bat, a golf club, or racket, and you'll begin to get a sense of the power that can be generated by this muscle group.
Right, that's good. Okay. When punching more use the hip. So point is you have to cover it's good, right? Now, most important, the hip and the back foot. You have to kick floor. Not enough go. You stop in turn. You have to go through. Punch and back. Right? So most important, kicking back floor. So feel like when you keep finishing, is heels more out. So knee to your opponent, right? They're more stretch out to your elbows, right? So from here, then back, straight back. Okay?
Yes.
I try. After punch, right away bounce back too. Okay, that's good.
Drop the weight to ensure good balance. Keep the back hand up to protect the face. Relax the arm and shoulders. Allow the fist to snap at the end of each punch. The hook punch is an effective way to vary the angle of one's punching attack. Unlike the straight punch, the hook punch lands from the outside in a circular motion that skirts the opponent's guard. The cross-body punch is a close-in technique that delivers full impact at a cross angle. It differs from the straight punch in two ways. One, it angles in from the side. Two, its rising motion powers under the opponent's guard with an impact that lifts the body. Remember to first bend the knees and dip the punching shoulder to achieve the proper angle for this attack. Unlike the hook punch, the elbow of the striking arm stays close to the body. The movement of the cross-body punch is anchored in the front foot and carries impact diagonally up and through an opponent's defense in a lifting motion. The elbow strike is another effective countering technique at close distance. At the beginning of the elbow strike, extend the lead hand forward to measure distance to the target and provide counter momentum to the striking elbow. As the striking elbow descends, tuck the fist into the chest. Here the right hand slaps away the opponent's guard before executing the elbow strike. Once again, the hips are used to power the strike.
Okay, we're showing elbow strike. Elbow strike is close distance fighting is most effective, right? Also, you can use all defense angle. So I like to show a little defense elbow strike, okay? Right, left high roundhouse kick arm, you can parry down and go to side position, knee kick, and right elbow from top, swing it down, okay? So this is a regular speed, and elbow, okay? Right, now defense, this one more defense angle is left front kick arm. You can take down to the floor on your knee. Okay, then set, then elbow down. Face, sometimes a carbo, this part. Okay, let's try it. Straight and back and then. Okay. Also some are grabbing from behind. This way, so defense angle to straight back to the body, sometimes swing to the face. This way, okay? So try it, you can use all defense angle. Okay?
Practice punches singly and in combination for both speed and power. You will discover punching combinations for every situation. Enshin kicks offer a range and power that surpasses that of punches alone. Used in combination with punches, they provide an awesome force. At close or long distance, at low or high targets. Let's look first at the Enshin front kick, called Mai-gari. The Mai-gari is a straight kick to either the body or face, using the ball of the foot. The front kick starts by cocking back the hip of the kicking leg. As the hip releases forward, the hand pulls in the opposite direction. The hand pull provides counter momentum to the thrust of the kick. It increases balance and power. Keep the opposite hand up to protect the face. Keep the elbows in close to the body. Allow the hips and supporting foot to pivot freely. For maximum power, uncoil the hip and extend the leg at the same time. The knee kick is extremely effective at close range and can be targeted at the groin, the torso, or the head. For knee kicks to the face and upper torso from the outside, the knee swings on a wide arc. For jumping in knee kicks or against a higher target, the knee thrusts straight forward with the hip driving through on the jump. The roundhouse kick is one of the most versatile weapons in the Enshin arsenal. Whether directed to the legs, the midsection, or the head, the circular power of the Mawashi-gari can be devastating. The Enshin roundhouse kick starts with the knee lifting to the outside for maximum use of the hips and thigh muscles. As the kicking hip rotates forward, the knee uncoils at an angle perpendicular to the target. After impact, it retracts along the same arc. Once again, the hand pulls to provide additional power and balance. The supporting foot pivots to allow a free transfer of power and to reduce stress on the knee. The knee lift to the outside is important. If the knee comes forward first, the power in the hips is lost. The kick may be fast, but without the hips behind it, it will have little impact. The kicking surface will vary for different targets. For low kicks, use the shin. For kicks to the midsection, use either the ball of the foot, called chusoku, or the shin. For high roundhouse kicks to the head, use the instep, called haisoku. Practicing kicks on a bar is a good way to improve technique and strengthen the legs at the same time. Remember, don't hang on the bar. Instead, use it for balance only. Start with a 4-count kick from a deep stance, with the kicking leg well back. Here is a 4-count roundhouse kick. On 1, raise the knee to the outside. On 2, turn the hip over and kick past the imaginary center line. On 3, return to the outside position. On 4, return to the starting kick stance. Here's the 4-count roundhouse at normal speed. Remember, when kicking against the air, extend the roundhouse kick further out in front to keep balance. Next, try a set of 2-count kicks. On the count of 1, snap the kick to its full extension and hold. On 2, return to starting position. When muscle fatigue sets in, push yourself to complete the count with good technique. These last few repetitions are the best conditioners of all. For greater precision and height, a chair makes the perfect trainer. The back of the chair should be placed even with the inside of the front foot, then count through the repetition in the normal way. The bar is an excellent training aid for all kicks. You can concentrate on leg extension without worrying too much about balance. For knee kicks, grasp the bar with 2 hands. Drive the kicking knee up to the outside of the elbow. As the foot returns to the floor, unweight the supporting foot and drop it back in preparation for the next kick. As the repetitions grow faster, try to find a comfortable rhythm and maintain it for 30 seconds. The heavy bag is invaluable for work on punches and kicks. It not only provides a solid aerobic workout, but gives the feel of contact and improves strength and endurance. Start off with 6 or 8 intervals that are a manageable length for you. Gradually make them longer as strength and endurance improve. Try different combinations of kicks to improve footwork, balance, and timing. Even knee kicks can be practiced on the heavy bag. The range of possible combinations is almost limitless.
Right, you're going to the back training. When you do training, always think about this your opponent. Okay? So always think about this, somebody punching or kick coming. Right? So we're going to do one technique is the left front kick come, you try it, parry wing, and give a low kick, and sweep, and high kick. Okay? So do same with this bag, right? So left maigeri coming. So try parry with left hand. And get right away. Before parry, we go and one high kick. Okay? So try it. By these hands, there you go. By these hands. And kick. Okay, there you go. Parry way. Yes. And yes. One way down, then move outside. Okay? There you go. Yes. Good. Okay, speed up. There you go. Okay. And yes. Okay, try to more rewind power. After all, rewinding power and last kick. Okay? So with this also we can practice positioning and speed and power. Okay?
When working on the bag, always try to visualize an opponent and make your combinations as close as possible to a real fighting situation. Start slowly and gradually work up to full speed. Now that we've looked at both defensive and offensive techniques, let's look more closely at how they're put together. Sabaki. In Enshin Karate, the movement to the opponent's blind spot after blocking his attack is the transition from defense to offense. This is the heart of the Sabaki method. Transition to the blind spot is even more effective when you grab the attacker's sleeve and pull him off balance. By pulling the attacker's lead arm across the front of his body in a downward motion, you increase his forward momentum and cause him to lunge off balance. The name for this one-arm pull is hikikazushi. When you move outside the attacker's lead shoulder, you reach the control point, the best position for controlling the attacker and reaching his blind spot. Against a left kick or punch, you parry and move to the control point in the same way. Remember, the control point gives the best leverage for pulling through the attacker during hikikazushi. To increase leverage during hikikazushi, keep the elbow locked against the body and pivot on the control point. With the elbow close to the body, you can use the circular momentum of your whole body instead of arm strength alone. This pulling through motion also leaves you in ideal counterattacking position, with the opposite hip and shoulder back, ready to punch or kick. At close distance, you can gain further control by immediately following hikikazushi with a hooking action to the back of the neck. Use the knife edge of your opposite hand for this technique. Note the circular motion of the upper hand as it moves to the neck and presses downwards. By pulling the attacker's lead arm, you can draw down his head into hooking position. Hooking the neck after the one-arm grab is called hikimawashi. Remember, pivoting on the supporting foot provides even more leverage and helps pull the opponent off balance. Here the defender has failed to pull around the attacker far enough. The attacker has had time to pull away and regain balance. If the hikimawashi is not a circular motion but a lunging grab, you will leave your own rib cage exposed. Think of hikimawashi as two circular arm movements, one on top of the other. Grab the sleeve and hook the neck, two circular motions, one on top of another. For greater speed in moving to the control point, unweight the feet and shift the hips. Remember, stay close to the attacker. There are many different counterattacks from hikikazushi and hikimawashi, but they each begin with a quick transition that first brings you to the control point and then to the deadly blind spot. Another advantage to hikimawashi is it puts you in perfect position for throwing techniques. The forward rolling throw, called maki kominage, begins with hikimawashi. The hooking hand tucks the opponent's head under, while the backhand lifts his arm, forcing him into a forward roll. Open your body for greater leverage, and once the attacker is down, pull up on his arm to prevent counterattack. With the attacker pinned on his side, prepare your finishing off punch or heel kick. The back throw, called uranage, is effective against front kicks. After blocking the attack, grab the sleeve of the attacker's lead arm. Bring the other hand to his chin and push backwards. By uprooting the opponent's closest leg, you've taken out his balance from the bottom up. Against a left front kick, use a lower parry that hooks the ankle and draws the attacker's weight forward. From this position, you're ready to execute the back throw. Which throwing technique do you use? It all depends on your opponent's position and momentum. If your opponent's upper body carries forward, the maki kominage is the logical choice. If the opponent's upper body is leaning back, uranage works best. In either case, the head controls the body. Take control of the head and the body will follow. If you choose one throw and your opponent resists, then reverse direction to use his momentum against him. You can easily switch from maki kominage to uranage. Always work along your opponent's line of force. It's easier to join that line of force and redirect it than it is to oppose it. An alternative to the uranage is the ashibarai. It's done using the one-arm grab and is a little faster than maki kominage or uranage. To execute the ashibarai, grab the attacker's closest arm near the shoulder, then scoop his near ankle while pulling backwards on the arm. Ashibarai works well after a hikikazushi and roundhouse kick combination, when the attacker's attention has been drawn upwards by the high kick. Kancho Joko Ninomiya, the founder of Enshin Karate, started training in karate at age 16. Early on, Ninomiya had two dreams: to win the All-Japan Championship and to bring authentic fighting karate to America. Having realized both dreams, Ninomiya developed Enshin Karate, a system of practical fighting moves based on circular movement to an attacker's blind spot. Enshin is truly a blend of traditional philosophy and contemporary fighting techniques that can work for adults and children alike.
Right Jordan marching. Jordan okay. And step up number one position. This side counter, try counter, then Jordan marching. Okay, outside. Then right Jordan okay. Move on number two position and counter Jordan marching. Okay. And twice slow. Then after that 6 count 5. 3, 4, 8.
In addition to Enshin Karate, Ninomiya's international tournament, the Sabaki Challenge, has become the premier full-contact karate event in the country. Whether it's for the fighter in the Sabaki Challenge or the new white belt, Shihan Ninomiya believes that Enshin Karate should be for everyone, that its lessons can be used in every walk of life. After blocking an attack, your distance from your opponent will determine which technique you can best use for your counterattack. Short distance is close enough to hook the neck and knee kick or take the opponent down with the throwing technique. Middle distance calls for punches, low kicks, sweeps, or joint kicks. Long distance is generally kicking range. Let's look at front kick attack and how it's handled from 3 different distances. Using Geidan Barai, the defender parries and follows with Hikimuwashi, a close distance response. From here, he can use a throwing technique. Here the defender uses soto nagash and counterattacks with a short punch and sweep. Punching counterattacks are best from middle distance position. Skipping out of the attacker's range, the defender must use a long-distance counterattack, in this case the roundhouse kick or mawashigiri. Against a high roundhouse kick, the defender counters from close distance with a short punch, hiki mawashi, a knee kick, and forward throw. Remember, whatever the attack, your position after the block always determines the counterattack. Here is the same action from a different angle. Against a roundhouse kick, the defender sets up at middle distance. He counters with a low roundhouse kick to the front leg and follows with ashibarai. There are more complicated movements, but these demonstrate the basic principle. Distance can apply to defense as well as to counterattacking position. Different distances can require different blocks and parries, but this will be covered in more detail in another tape. It is helpful to practice sabaki with a partner as often as possible, but the Enshin movements of blocking, transition, and counterattack can also be practiced alone. This is the value of kata, a series of movements practiced against imaginary opponents. Enshin kata are designed to reflect real fighting situations. Here we see an intermediate kata. In order to visualize the imaginary attack, one must be familiar with the real thing. Here's the same kata performed against real attackers.
Fighting hands. I'm going to try to sabaki right hand punch come. You should move out number 1 position. Okay. The next time you're going to left punch come. It should be move out number 2 position. And try to do all mixed sabaki. Okay. Sabaki is fine, right? Start right. Ready? Yes.
Sabaki, taking your opponent's power and turning it against him. It is a strategy basic to Enshin Karate. Redirecting an opponent's power need not take great physical strength. However, it does take quickness and timing.
Maigiri, okay? And then first count, right, left next count, left, okay? And ready. Back. Fighting sounds. This time try to use Attacker is Jordan Maashiri. Okay, then backhand to Sabaki again.
The basic blocks, transition, and counterattack techniques of Enshin Karate should be practiced until they become automatic. From this basic collection of techniques, you can build a complex series of moves that will answer any attack.
That's fine. Combination attack. Okay. Even for some minutes, try second one, get two. Right? Okay. Hey, fighting style. So don't try arm guard line, combination attack. Ready? Go! Second one. Okay. Go! More.
Taking care of yourself on the street means being aware of your environment. Detective Joel Humphrey of the Denver Police Department is a 4th-degree black belt in Enshin Karate.
Defending yourself in the street presents a much more serious challenge than winning a match in a dojo. Whether you are driving or on foot, remember, a person that plans to rob you, rape you, or assault you will be reluctant to do so in a lighted, well-crowded area. Don't let anyone surprise you. Avoid alleyways. Avoid crowds of people that are loitering on the side of the street. Don't walk near parked cars, recessed doorways, alley entrances, bushes, or other areas that will conceal someone that would harm you. If you must fight, give yourself every possible advantage. You are not interested in winning a decision. You want to act quickly and decisively. Subdue the attacker, get out of the situation, and call police. When you are first confronted by an attacker, watch his hands. If he has a weapon, it will appear in his hands. Once you see a weapon, focus on that weapon. If you are faced with more than one weapon, try to deal with the most dangerous weapon first. If you are injured, don't quit. Once you are defenseless, your chances of surviving greatly decrease, and most injuries are not fatal. There are no rules, no disqualifications. Do what you have to do to win, then get out of the situation and call the police.
In the martial arts, a well-sharpened sword symbolizes a fighter who has honed both body and spirit. The saying goes that a truly worthy sword never leaves its case. It means that the ultimate goal of one's training is to help create a world without conflict. Enshin Karate is more than the sum of the techniques you have seen in this video. It is a way of being in the world that brings clarity, purpose, and a greater sense of spirit to those who follow its path. This is the way of Enshin Karate.
To get the most out of your training, you need to go with the best. Sabaki brand arm guards and heavy bags are designed by Enshin Ninomiya. They're tough, they're durable, and they're made with quality in mind. Sabaki brand products are designed with venting on the bottom to allow air to escape on impact. They're double stitched all the way around, top and bottom, and they have reinforced strapping. The heavy bags are over 5 feet long. You can practice your low and high kicks at the same time. Sabaki brand also offers a special 6-month guarantee. If your arm guard or heavy bag breaks in the first 6 months, return it with your receipt and we will fix it for free. Created by a champion for champions, Sabaki brand products are designed by Enshin Joko Ninomiya. Remember, when you're giving your training 100%, you need to be training with the best. Sabaki brand.
Budo, the way of the warrior. Budo is not something that you come to know through philosophical discourse. It is understood only by living it in everyday practice. Budo comes from putting your heart and spirit into your training. More than the physical strength that people see from the outside, it consists of the spirit that develops through physical training and hard work. This spirit applies not only to the dojo, but to everyday life as well. This is the true meaning of Budo, and this is the way of Enshin Karate. Avid karate fans of all ages still talk about Kancho Ninomiya's tournament fighting. Through his years of competition, he developed a singular technique and spirit that have been identified with Enshin Karate. Known around the world, Sabaki technique is famous for its concise practicality. Based on natural circular movements, Sabaki does not attempt to confront an opponent head-on, but uses his power against him. With this type of strategy, you conserve energy and maximize your own advantage. Here are some of the basic principles behind Enshin Karate. Enshin Karate's Budo structure is based on a few simple elements: basics, practical application, and anticipation. Basics consist of the fundamental punches, blocks, and kicks, the building blocks on which your strategies are based. Application is the practical use of those weapons in response to your opponent's movements as each fighting situation dictates. Identifying these situations instinctually is called anticipation, or the ability to sense your opponent's movements before they occur. Before you use the elbow, parry away the front arm. In case they try to strike back, keep your arm up. You can also use that arm to strike back. The arm that's not striking protects the face. Let's start with the basic elbow strike. Now parry away the front hand, step forward with the left foot and left hand front, open the body, and add the elbow strike.
Enshin っていうのは、技の上で言うとですね、円を使って相手を倒すこのさばきですね。これとまた白帯から始めて、この白帯から次の帯、それで黒帯になって、また黒帯からですね白帯に変えて、またチャレンジするという、技を追求しながら精神を鍛える。技の追求のないところには空手の心、武道精神もないと思います。
Enshin Karate starts with 4 basic positions. Whether your opponent attacks or you attack, you'll move to one of 4 basic positions that'll take you to your opponent's blind spot. Let's look at these 4 positions.
組手の構えで相手の、左、右横ですか。右横に、
Number 1 position. Step forward and to the left.
入ってそれから攻めに行きます。2のポジショニングは逆に。
Number 2 position. Step forward and to the right. Now let's see position 3 and 4. When your opponent drives forward and you have to step back, don't go straight back. Instead, move to the side. Position 3 is back and to your left. Position 4 is back and to your right.
逆に引きながら4のポジションに持っていきます。はい、これが1から4のポジショニングです。 から4のポジショニングをやります。1はですね、右のパンチが
Now here are the 4 positions with an opponent. For position number 1, against a right punch, move forward into the outside. This is the blind spot.
これで悪いのはですね、
If you don't move far enough outside, you may be swept or leave yourself open for attack. Be sure to step outside your opponent's
必
shoulder.
ず相手の肩幅の外側ですね、外側で出ます。2のポジショニングは左のパンチが来た時に
For position number 2, against a left punch, move to your right and outside his shoulder.
取っていくようにしないとです。3と4は相手が中心線か
For
ら
position number 3, when your opponent drives forward past the center line, step back and to your left.
近くを取ります。
Let's do it one more time.
来た時に下がりながら、はい、この逆足4のポジショニング。
If the left foot comes, block and open up to position number 4. Move back and to your right. These are the 4 basic positions. Technique and positioning must go hand in hand. Adjust your positioning to fit the techniques you want to use, and vice versa. As you move to the blind spot position, you have to step far enough past your opponent's lead foot. Then pull around strongly into your counterattack. If you don't step far enough, then you don't have enough leverage to pull strongly and to turn the opponent. So make sure you step past the lead foot. Then pull him around strongly and take him into your counterattack. When you grab, make sure to grab from the outside, pulling across. Use an outside-in motion. When a front kick comes, don't wait for the kick to touch down on the floor. When it's in the air, make your parry and start to move already to the outside. So when the foot's in the air, parry, move quickly to the outside, to the blind spot position. Grab strongly, take him into your counterattack. To get your opponent off balance, use their momentum against them. The foundation of offense and defense is grounded in 2 grabbing techniques: the one-handed grab, hikikazushi, and the two-handed pull-around, hikimawashi.
Enshin Karate では、引き崩し、引き回しを使ってですね。
In Enshin Karate, you use hikikazushi and hikimawashi to take a bigger opponent off balance. I'll now demonstrate hikikazushi and hikimawashi.
じゃあね、これから引き崩しの説明をします。相手がですね、左足前の場合に、
Let's first do hikikazushi, one-handed grab.
この場合左足前。右足を
If your opponent is standing left foot forward, step right next to his foot or slightly behind it.
どこか後ろのあたりにステップしながら右手でホック。
As you grab his sleeve,
これと同時に引き足を使ってですね、出しながら
swing open your back leg and pull him off balance.
こういう感じです。もう一度引き崩して、ここから自分の攻撃につなぎます。だからこうね、引いてそのまま蹴り。はい、次はですね、引き回し。引き回しも引き崩しと最初と動きは同じ感じです。
Hikimawashi starts the same way as hikikazushi.
同時に今度相手のこの時こうグッと引きつけてね。
Step outside his lead foot, grab his sleeve. This time, pull him in tight to your body. With the other hand, hook his neck and pull down as you swing open the back leg.
崩す。これから自分の攻撃につなげていけばいいです。
Because you use your opponent's momentum and your own power in a natural way, Enshin Karate's techniques are reasonable and effective no matter your size or strength.
In
Enshin Karate, we look at our opponent's timing to pick up one of 4 places to meet his attack. Let's look at timing for our opponent's punch. Timing number 1 is the very beginning of the punch. Timing 2, the punch is halfway. Timing 3, the punch is fully extended, and this is when most people make their block or parry. Timing 4, your attacker is pulling back his punching arm. This is one more chance to Sabaki, but you must go to his opposite side. Now let's look at 4 timings with an opponent. Timing number 1, the very beginning of the punch. Just as he starts, use a foot stop to his left hip. This stops his power right away. After that, follow up with a spinning back kick. Then you can finish him off. Timing number 2, your opponent's punch is halfway. His front knee naturally starts to open. You can't punch unless you open the hips and knee. When he starts to open, target the front inside thigh with your foot stop. After that, follow up with punches and kicks. Timing number 3, the punch is fully extended. Step to the outside position, pull him off balance, and then you can counterattack. This is where most fighters will quit, but you have one more chance. Use timing number 4 when he pulls back his punching arm. The opposite shoulder automatically comes forward. Move outside the shoulder, grab his arm, and take him off balance.
先ほど、パンチの4つのタイミングをやりましたが、今度はですね、
We just did timing for the punch. Now let's look at timing for the low roundhouse kick. Again, there are 4 times to meet the attack. Imagine your opponent is set in fighting stance. Timing number 1, just as he raises his foot to start a kick. Timing number 2, the kick is halfway. Timing number 3, the kicking leg is fully extended. And timing number 4, he's pulling back the kicking leg. He may not always step forward after a kick.
相手が蹴ってその足を引いた時にのタイミング、この4つをやってみます。
Timing number 1, when he starts to lift his kicking leg, use a foot stop to stop his power. You can then follow up with a back kick or spinning back kick. Timing number 2. The kick is halfway. You can block with your shin. If his kicking leg drops forward, use position number 1 and follow up with a counterattack. Timing number 3, the leg is fully extended. You can avoid impact by skipping over. Follow up from the backside position. Timing number 4, when he pulls back the kicking leg, move to the opposite side and take control.
We try
to use hikikuzushi and hikimawashi to take our opponent off balance. We often use sweeps or throws to take down our opponent. When he resists, we try to use his power against him. If the technique doesn't work to the front, take him backward. If it doesn't work high, then take him low. Attack where his power is weakest.
前がダメだったら今度後ろに崩すとかこうやってみます。まずはですね、上から下をやってみます。じゃあまずはですね、回し蹴りが
Let's first look at moving the attack from top to bottom. When the roundhouse kick comes, you parry it away and move outside. As you try to pull him off balance, he resists by pulling his upper body backwards. In this case, sweep him down low. Here it is one more time. Let's next take him off balance from low to high. Start by faking the outside low kick. When he starts to shin block to the outside, use that power against him by attacking the inside of his thigh. Let's do it again. With the inside thigh kick taking him off balance, use an axe kick from the top to finish him off. Now we'll move him off balance from front to back. Say you try to use hikimawashi to pull your opponent off balance, but he resists and pulls his head back. Take him backward with a back throw. So here we parry the front kick. We move out to take control. He resists the front throw, so we take him into a back throw. Practicing with a partner is a must for developing timing, positioning, and anticipation. But remember, practicing with a partner is done to benefit each of you. Think about your partner, not just yourself. Use appropriate power and always be considerate. You can always train at speed with less power. In Enshin, we try to develop strength as well as humanity.
We are going to look now at the use of arm guards. In Enshin Karate, we use arm guards often. Safety is most important, and arm guards allow us to practice with speed and power while protecting our partner. Arm guards can simulate punching or kicking attacks and make our practice more like real fighting. Let's look at the arm guards in action. First, the student with arm guards will attack with a double punch or low kick. Now, the student with arm guards will attack freestyle using any combination of kicks and punches.
In addition to arm guards, I always tell Enshin students to train with a heavy bag. The heavy bag can be a very good training tool, but it's only useful if you make your workout as real as you can. Always pretend the heavy bag is an opponent standing with his left foot or right foot forward. Picture the attack that's coming. Pretend the heavy bag is an opponent. Use it not only to practice kicks and punches, but for sweeps, throws, and counterattacks too. Use your imagination. Picture your opponent left foot forward in fighting stance. Parry away the front arm, follow with a left body punch, step outside to position 2 with hikimuashi, follow up with a knee kick and push down the head into a forward rolling throw. Don't use the heavy bag just for punching and kicking, but practice your footwork, sweeping and throwing too.
やってみます。ですか、払ってボディパンチ。でそのまま巻き込む投げように持って。はい、手。はい、全部ですからね。はいよ。シュッシュッシュッシュッ。はい、しゃ。スリー。シャ。シュッ。シュッ。お。してお。 利き足を引いて、引いて、おう。しそれ。まあこれで。
Say you punch and kick, but your opponent blocks and counterattacks with roundhouse kick. Step in and sweep his supporting leg. Here it is on the heavy bag. 1-2 punch, roundhouse kick. Your opponent blocks and kicks back. Sweep his supporting leg. As he goes down, move in and finish him off with a punch.
1-2 から、1-2から。軸が下がって。
Learning karate technique requires a progression from imagination to action. In Enshin Karate, we use the heavy bag not only for practicing punches and kicks, but also for practicing the various patterns of techniques or combinations that you can visualize in your mind. Repetition makes these instinctual. When your opponent attacks with left roundhouse kick, use side Kyushu to absorb his power. Counterattack with a body punch and inside thigh kick. Then take him down with a front throw. Use side Kyushu to take yourself out of the impact zone. Counter with a punch, inside thigh kick. If he doesn't go all the way down, use the other foot to take him into the front throw.
ですか、最初中心に立って、吸収でボディパンチ、内もも蹴り、表投げ。はい、よ。はい。
Try to imagine the bag as an opponent with legs. Move in with the body punch and inside thigh kick. But stay close and drive the bag with your leg as you would on a real front throw.
バックを蹴ってるからね、ここを吸収した後ね、バンと蹴って、この足をもう一回こっちの足でこう、バンと蹴り込みます。この動作をバックに向かって同じようにね、だから出て、ボディパンチ、内もも蹴りが足で、蹴り込む。パンチで決める。はい、はいよ。よいしょ。それ。Push.
Imagine now that your opponent attacks with a front kick and a spinning back hook kick. You move to the blind spot position and try to counterattack with a high roundhouse kick. But your opponent blocks and pushes back your kicking leg. Use the same leg to go the other way into a spinning back hook kick. Here it is again. Use lower parry against the front kick, move outside, roundhouse kick, it's blocked back, use that momentum to take it the other way into the spinning back hook kick.
Hey, 今はね、練習してるときにこのバックがね、こうぐっと揺れてるんだけど、一回ずつ止めないで、そのままね、揺れてるのを、まあ、組みてるだけにそのままね、じっとしとかないからね、この揺れたのを利用しながらこう蹴ったりしていくと、またいい練習になると思います。はい。上段回しが来るから、上段受けで受けます。受けてね、今度は右手で受けて、右手でパンチを払ってね、で左の上段回しより持っていきます。はい、もう一度こうね、受けて、今度は返します。はい、構えて、はい、受けて、受けて、ねしょだ。もう一度、はい、強度、ねしょだ。
Enshin Karate's katas are based on Kancho Ninomiya's own practical experience in competitive fighting. He has designed each of these katas so that their combinations reflect a level of complexity and technique appropriate to the student's belt level.
一番大事なのは努力だと思います。この世の中にはですね、天才と呼ばれる人たちがたくさんいますけど、天才だから何かができたのではないと思います。人から変人扱いされながらね、努力して、そしてこの一つのことを成し得て、それから人から天才と呼ばれるようになったんじゃないかなと思うんですね。この美を追求するこの芸術家であろうとですね、武を追求する武道家であろうと、人から天才と言われるような人たちは皆人以上のこの努力をし、人以上の忍耐をしていると思います。その努力と忍耐を怠った天才などどこにもないと思います。
Enshin Karate's technique is based on maximizing your strength and energy effectively. Training is similar to sharpening the blade of a sword. When a blade is honed and sharp, it cuts well. Through training hard in karate and through actual fighting, both your spirit and your technique are sharpened. Enshin strategy and techniques work equally well on the tournament mat or on the street.
In Enshin Karate, we teach a lot of self-defense techniques. These are useful for men and women alike. Remember that in self-defense, positioning is most important. Let's look at few examples. If someone grabs your wrist and pulls you, your reaction is to resist. This won't work. Instead, step to the outside as you turn your wrist. Follow up with backhand strike and elbow strike. Turn your wrist. This narrows the grasping surface. Now you can use leverage to free yourself from your attacker's grasp. Another escape, if you are grabbed, is to swing through under the attacker's arm. Take him into an arm lock from behind. Take him down with a kick to the back of the knee joint.
This is要するに相手がなかなか切らしてくれなくて、力で持ってこようとしたときに相手の力をよりうまく使うためのテクニックです。はい、5。
If someone grabs your arm strongly, don't resist. Move with their power and use it against them.
Pattern 3を、ご紹介します。なかなか前だけではなく後ろから襲われる場合も、たくさんありますので、そういった場合のディフェンスをご紹介いたします。はい、5。
Sometimes you may be attacked from the rear. In that case, slide your feet to the outside, hook the inside leg behind your opponent's leg, and take him down.
その時も相手に体重を浴びせてながら倒します。
As you go down, drive your weight into your opponent's chest.
はい、5。勝負や。顔面とですね、ここへ後ろの足をこう持っていったらいい。構えて。来る瞬間にこう足を引っ張り込む。こうしてこう。
I want all Enshin instructors to train as well as to teach. If the teacher is training and enjoying his karate, his students will also. I think of the teacher and student like a needle and thread. The teacher by his example is a needle that leads the students like thread through the cloth. I believe strongly that is what makes a true instructor. 場にいい時強もいわしという言葉があります。My challenge is to train with my students around the world until I am too old to move my body anymore. One of my favorite saying is, a drop of water over time can wear a hole through stone. You can't make a big dream come true all at once. But by setting goals and raising your efforts a little at a time, you can make your dream come true.
Born in Ehime, Japan in 1954, Kancho Ninomiya started training in karate at age 15. In 1974, he moved to the United States, where he trained and taught in New York. 3 years later, he moved to Denver, Colorado. In 1973, he placed 6th in Masayama's All-Japan Karate Tournament. In 1975, he placed 3rd in the first World Tournament in Tokyo, and a year later took 2nd place in the All-Japan. In 1978, Ninomiya won the All-Japan Tournament, and commentators described his creative fighting style as a blend of finesse and strength. Crowds affectionately nicknamed him the Prince of Karate and Karate Genius. In spite of the accolades, Kancho Ninomiya retired from competition, but continued to train hard, putting all of his effort into karate. In 1988, he created his own style of karate and founded the International Enshin Karate Kaikan. He continues to teach daily at his dojo in Denver and travels the world visiting Enshin branches and conducting seminars. Kancho Ninomiya developed Enshin Karate's unique fighting strategy based on years of tournament competition and real-life encounters on the street. Enshin's circular strategy uses an opponent's power against him to take him off balance and create a strong blind spot position. With headquarters in Denver, Colorado, Enshin Karate's close-knit organization has 100 branches throughout the world. Ninomiya's Sabaki Challenge, the World Open Full Contact Karate Championship, is held each year in Denver. Since 1989, it has grown into one of the largest and most respected martial arts events in the U.S., allowing fighters of all styles to test their technique and spirit.
子供、女性、男性、さまざまな人々がですね、いろんな国で空手を愛し、練習に励んでいます。言葉や人種が違っていてもですね、遠心空手を通して心が通じ合える素晴らしい空手です。体力、技、そして、精神をさらに鍛え、努力精進していってほしいと思います。
道場軍一つ、礼節をもってご道路を戻り出し、人格の完成に努めるの。人を屈する精神をもって精進し、オスの心を寛容すること。一つ、裁きをもって遠心空手の技を出し、日々の研鑽を怠らざること。一つ、我をもって門下の学びの姿とし、互いの上達を心がけること。一つ、文武二道をもって万般に通じ、自己の向上を志すこと。一つ、空手をもって人生をだらし、心を常に遠心の道を離れざること。
ですから、もう一度、ここで上段、はい、ここで中段、中段から始めますから、中段の回し蹴り、今度上段の回し蹴り、ここで引きます。さっきと同じようにね、ここで中段の回し蹴りから、この上段の回し蹴り。できるだけこの近くまでこの足を前蹴りのように見せます。出さないでね。こう蹴らない最初。 寸前まで持ってきます。ここからぐっと回して足を回しながら軸足をひねってそのまま回し蹴りです。で蹴ったらそのまま帰ってきます。それで中段の前蹴り帰ります。でここも同じくこう前まで持ってきてここから変えて右前蹴りいきます。ですか？ここからまっすぐパーンと回し蹴りじゃなしに前フェイクして次ここでフェイクして次の前蹴りを持ってきます。Full contact. Yeah, change. That's it. Today, more than ever, the world needs the martial arts. As they grow older, children need to learn to cope with problems in the world. Through martial arts, they can learn respect for themselves and others. It is very important to teach this at a young age. Many parents ask for help with their children. In Enshin Karate, everyone learns karate techniques and basic human courtesy. If you teach karate the right way, you show your students how to live a good life.
Let's look first at Enshin Karate's skipping technique. When you block or parry, don't stay in the same spot and block. Instead, block as you skip. Let the rhythm of your movement carry you into Sabaki technique. There are two main movements, to the front and to the back. One is moving back while parrying, the other is moving in while parrying.
まずはですね、左の前蹴りがこれを来た時には、あと下がりながら
Against a front kick, skip back as you parry, then go to the blind spot. From there, you can use your momentum to counterattack with low kicks or high kicks. Against a front kick, skip back as you parry, then go to the blind spot. From there, you can use your momentum to counterattack with low kicks, high kicks, or even spinning back kicks. First skip forward, then step back. One more time to the front. Now skip back and parry. On the first set, practice the parry by itself. Later you can add kicks and other attacks. Make sure that when you skip back and parry, you move to the side at a 45-degree angle.
2回目の時に45度後ろに下がって下段曲げです。はい、構えて。
After you parry, add a low kick and a high kick.
右の前蹴りに対しての受けから
Here's the same skipping technique against a right front kick. You could move straight back, but if you open up to the side, it's easier to take the blind spot and counterattack. Practice first with the parry alone. Later, you can add your counterattack.
で相手の足はしっかり流すこと。そうするとブラインドスポットから相手のすぐに攻撃に出ると、そういう感じですね。だからステップを使って前に出て下がるときに相手が蹴ってきた、それをこう横に出ながら
Skip back and pivot open the front foot at 45 degrees as you parry away. Come back to fighting stance as you skip in. Work your way across the floor.
最初始めたところがここであれば最後に来るのは逆の方向に来ます。それではですね、はい、説明します。ここからですね、右の前蹴りで来ます。その時にはですね、まっすぐ後ろに下がらないで、できるだけ相手の近くに入る。
Here's the right front kick. Use a right lower parry as you open your front foot. This way you can move outside, take the blind spot and counterattack. First, only skip back and parry. Imagine that you're responding to this one person, but more people are coming. Continue moving back and to the side. After you move back, get ready to parry again. Complete the circular movement of the parrying hand. The backhand protects your face. Follow your parry with low and high roundhouse kicks. To give ground against a driving attack, we learn to skip back and parry against the front kick. Now let's practice closing distance by skipping forward and parrying the underpunch or back kick.
後ろ蹴り、その時には後ろに下がらないで出ながら前に出ながら受けます。はい、この場合ですね。
Against short distance techniques like an underpunch, you don't want to move back and give up your chance to counterattack. Instead, skip forward using a lower parry and follow up with punches or low kicks. Stay in rhythm and use your momentum to continue your attack. Against a back kick, you lose your chance to counterattack if you skip back and parry. Look for the shoulder turn and move to the opponent's blind spot. Counter with a kick. Take control by hooking the neck. Follow up with a knee kick and front rolling throw. First, let's practice just moving to the side.
下がった時に下がって最初後ろに下がってね。はい、いきます。はい、よし。いやいやいや。下がって、下がって。
Skip back, then parry as you move forward into the blind spot. Grab the arm, hook the neck, pull around into a knee kick, and forward rolling throw.
はい、そのままステップに持っていって、巻き込み上げ、巻き込み上げ、下がって、下がって、おう、後ろ、巻き込み上げ、はい、それではですね、最後のステップはですね、相手が右の下突きとか、左の後ろ蹴りが
Against a right underpunch or left back kick, use a lower parry while moving forward to your opponent's blind spot.
こういうきます。ですから、それではですね、構えて、接近戦、クロスファイトですね。
At close distance against a right underpunch, create the blind spot by moving forward and to the side as you parry. Don't move back and parry.
につながらないので、ここに出ながら払います。で、次の攻撃につなげていきます。もうこの次の攻撃は無限です。
Now you're in a position to counterattack with punches, low kicks, two-handed grab, knee kicks, roundhouse kicks, an endless variety of techniques.
いくらでもできます。ですから、それともう一つはですね、右の後ろ蹴り。後ろ蹴りが
Once more, against a right back kick, skip forward while parrying. Take the blind spot and counterattack.
に移ればいいです。最初下がってね。
First skip back, then skip forward as you lower parry.
受けた後、そのまま引き回し。
Grab the sleeve, hook the neck. Take him off balance and finish off with a knee kick and forward rolling throw.
はい、構えて。はい、構えて。後ろ下がるよ。はい、よし。巻き上げ。
When hooking the neck with a two-handed grab, hikimawashi, don't just step out and grab. Use the knife edge of your hand to push away the opponent's lead arm as you step to the blind spot. If your opponent is bigger, it may be hard to take him off balance with a one-handed grab. Use your other hand to hook the neck. Once he's off balance, release the hooking hand. Open your stance and follow up with a roundhouse kick, Mawashigiri.
今度片手にして上段の回し蹴りに行きます。
If you want to use a roundhouse kick, you have to release the hooking hand or you'll be too close. Make sure to open your stance and make distance for the roundhouse
出
kick.
てくるね。その時は自分の手もここにかけて落とし回す。距離を作ってそこで。よし。いいか。はい、じゃあこれでいきます。両手半分までです。はい、構えて。よいしょ。
Grab the arm, step out. Then after you kick, you have a chance to sweep from behind. After you pull around your opponent in roundhouse kick, you can follow up with a foot sweep from behind. As your high kick takes his attention upward, follow immediately with the foot sweep down low. If your opponent turns to face you after the kick, you're not in position to use the foot sweep. In that case, go to a back throw. Remember, your takedown technique always depends on position and distance. Be sure to apply the foot sweep at a 45-degree angle outward while pulling back and down on the upper body. This creates a scissors effect that takes the opponent off balance. If we grab with one hand from the blind spot position but our opponent turns to square up and continue fighting, we're in no position to use a roundhouse kick. We have to again create the blind spot position. Once more, step to the blind spot and pull the opponent around. If it still doesn't work, you may need to break down his stance and get him off balance. Try an inside thigh kick and front throw, a motenage. Remember, if the first technique doesn't work, don't give up. Go on to your next choice right away. Here, the opponent resists each technique, including the inside thigh kick. When he leans backwards, take him down with a back throw. Stay one step ahead and sense the direction of your opponent's momentum. If he resists by pulling backwards, take him into the back throw. If his head drives forward, throw him to the front.
In karate, techniques change from one generation to the next, but the spirit stays the same. As teachers, it is our responsibility to pass on what we have learned from those who came before us.
In Enshin Karate, we control the opponent from the blind spot position with either the one-handed or two-handed grab. hikikazushi or hikimawashi. In a fighting situation, you may switch between these two techniques. Let's look at the one-handed grab, hikikazushi. Before moving to your opponent's blind spot, push aside his front arm. Step to the blind spot and grab the sleeve. Pull down at a 45-degree angle while swinging open your back foot. From this position, you can follow up with a middle or high roundhouse kick. Remember, if you step to your right, you grab with your right hand. If you step to your left, you grab with the left hand. The two-handed grab, hikimawashi, starts the same way as the one-handed grab. Push aside the opponent's lead arm, step to the blind spot, grab the sleeve, and hook the neck from behind. Pull down the head as you swing out your back foot. If your opponent is bigger than you, a one-handed grab may not be enough to do the job. In that case, grab with two hands, hikimawashi, and pull around until he goes off balance. Let go with the hooking hand, open up, and follow with a high roundhouse kick. This time you move to the blind spot and use the one-handed grab to pull your opponent off balance. But your opponent turns to square up against you. Re-establish the advantage by once again moving to the blind spot. This time, take control with a two-handed grab, hikimawashi, and take him off balance. Now let's take a look at ways to escape the one- and two-handed grab. First, we'll escape from the one-handed grab, hikikazushi. When your opponent grabs your sleeve, grab back immediately to neutralize his advantage. He will try to move to your blind spot as he takes control, so when you grab back, make sure you turn, squaring up to face your opponent as you do so. Say you attack with a low kick. Your opponent blocks and grabs your sleeves as he moves to your blind spot. If you stay in this position, he'll pull you off balance and follow up with a roundhouse kick. If you square up and grab back from the inside of his arm, he still maintains better leverage and controls you from a position of strength. Instead, swing your arm under your opponent's, grabbing his sleeve from the outside. Here it is one more time. He blocks the kick, moves to the blind spot and grabs. Swing your arm under and grab from the outside. Remember, if your opponent grabs from your blind spot, he's in a position to take you down or sweep you. Always step in and turn to face him.
はい、ローキック、相手が出てきて、スーッと詰まったら、掴み返して、正面の位置です。
Here's another escape from a one-handed grab. Again, you attack with a low kick, but your opponent blocks, moves to the blind spot, and grabs your sleeve. Square up with an underpunch and add a low roundhouse kick. As you retract the kicking leg, use the circular momentum to swing your free arm across your body and break the opponent's grasp. This is a striking action with the forearm. Let your momentum carry you into a spinning back kick or straight back kick. Now let's look at a Sabaki escape from the two-handed grab, Hikimawashi. As your opponent pulls you around with two hands, don't resist. Instead, as he draws your head down, duck through, grab back, or counterattack immediately with an underpunch or inside thigh kick.
まずは蹴り、どんな蹴りでもいいですけど、相手がですね、それを受けて、両手、引き回しできますから。
Here your opponent blocks your attack and moves to the blind spot with a two-handed grab. Square up, duck through, and grab back. From here you can go into a back throw, or maybe a punch, or even an over-the-shoulder throw. Another counterattack after ducking through is to turn your opponent while trapping his supporting leg. If you duck through and try to move outside but he resists, reverse direction by stepping across your opponent's body. Pull down and forward on his grabbing arm as your other hand pushes up against his opposite chest or shoulder. As you rotate his upper body at a downward angle, trap his supporting leg by setting your foot against his ankle. This technique is called Tsuri Kominage. Here are some variations on Tsuri Kominage. Against the punching combination, you block, grab the sleeve, and move to the opponent's blind spot. He grabs back, trying to push you away. Reverse direction, pulling him off balance as you trap the supporting leg. Here your opponent grabs back and you apply Surikomi Nage, but he skips over your trapping foot. Swing your foot behind his supporting leg and drive him into a back throw using Tai Otoshi. Against the low roundhouse kick, your opponent blocks and grabs your sleeve while punching to the body. You block the punch and he moves to your blind spot and sets up a high roundhouse kick. Use Surikomi Nage to take him down. At the kick's highest point, your opponent's balance is weakest. Here's a variation of Surikomi Nage against the front kick. Parry the front kick and grab your opponent's pant leg. With your free hand, grab the front of his gi. As you spin his upper body, trap the supporting foot and take him down. Against the front kick or back kick, use a lower parry and grab the pant leg with the same hand. As you lift the opponent's kicking leg, hook the front of his supporting knee and take him down. Jikuashi Gake. Let's take another look. Against the front kick, move to the side as you parry the kick and grab the opponent's pant leg. Don't grab too close to his body or you'll lose leverage. Try to grab the lower part of the leg while pushing from behind. Now you're ready to hook their supporting leg. But if you hook too low on the leg, it's easy for them to escape. That's why you should try to hook above the knee and take them down.
って倒します。次の上、チェック、シュッ、シュッ。
This time, you parry the front kick and try to grab your opponent's kicking leg, but lose your grip. Follow up by grabbing the opponent's front arm and pushing back on his upper body. As you force his weight to the back foot, use your lead foot to hook his front leg and scoop it up while grabbing the pant leg. If you find yourself too far away, you may need to sidestep to a closer position. Then hook the supporting leg and take him down. Let's take a look one more time. Now let's look at Sabaki techniques against the low kick. Against the inside thigh kick, use a skipping movement to swing your leg out of range as you counter with a low kick to the attacker's kicking leg. Once you have turned your attacker, grab his inside shoulder with both hands as you pull down and sweep his supporting leg. Be sure to direct your sweep from the inside out at a 45-degree angle as you pull the shoulder backwards and down. Against a low roundhouse kick to the inside of your front thigh, pull your front leg out of range. With your opponent's weight on his back foot, move in deeply and sweep his supporting foot.
We all experience pain and suffering in our lives. I believe that suffering is not always bad for you. Being comfortable is not always the best thing. Challenges can make you stronger and pleasure can be a distraction. It can take away from what's important in life. I think people sometimes lose out by pursuing pleasure and avoiding pain. Even if you are unhappy or uncomfortable, you still have to focus on your goal.
Practicing Sabaki combinations with arm guards develops concentration and good technique. You can sharpen your response to all kinds of attacks, low, middle, and high. Even though you are using control, fully extend your punches and kicks and carry through as if you were making full contact. First, practice attacking with punches and defending your opponent's double punch counterattack. Attack with two punches. When your opponent counters, parry the double punch and move to the blind spot and take control. This time you attack with a double punch, and your partner counters with a low roundhouse kick. Block, move to the blind spot, and counterattack. This time your opponent answers a punching attack with a high roundhouse kick. Watch his upper body to tip you off as to what attack is coming. Parry the counterattack and use Sabaki to regain control. In this last sequence, your opponent answers your punching attack with a low, middle, or high roundhouse kick. Parry and counterattack. Use Sabaki techniques to take them off balance and set up the sweep or throw.
どこの世界でも魂という言葉が用いられますが、私が思うにはですね、魂とはこの人間の肉体に宿った植物のこの種みたいなようなものだと考えます。私たちこの空手を志す者はですね、修練によって肉体の土を耕して、この汗の 雨をですね、十分にこう降らさなければ、この魂というですね、種は育ちません。また途中でですね、この作業を投げ出せば、直ちにこの枯れてしまうわけです。魂とはですね、このように肉体の修練によって、現実に直面してですね、育っていくものだと私は思います。私たちは理想や夢を追いますが、日常現実の生活を離れてはそれは達成できないように、武士道精神とこう口で力んで空想をしてみてもですね、肉体の修練を離れた精神はありません。それではですね、これから遠心会館の型について、説明いたします。今回はですね、
Katas are solo workouts that build technique, footwork, timing, and balance. The brown belt kata emphasizes Sabaki's strategy against combination attacks coming from short, middle, and long distance, and uses all 4 basic
4
positions.
つのポジションを使ってさばくようになっています。型はですね、
From fighting stance, you face each attack with a block or parry, then counterattack from the blind spot position to take your opponent off balance.
さばくようになっています。はい、おー、チェイ、チェイ、チェイ、チェイ、チェイ、
At the ready command, cross your arms and settle your weight into ready position. 1. Cross your arms in front of the face, step back onto the ball of the left foot, and pivot 90 degrees into fighting stance. 2. Against a left front kick and right back kick combination, Kyushu back as you parry away the front kick. Move to number 1 position as you parry the back kick. Counterattack with a high roundhouse kick. When your opponent pushes back the kicking leg, answer with a driving knee kick. 3. Against a right high roundhouse kick, side Kyushu out of the impact zone as you counter with a right underpunch. Move to the blind spot at the number 1 position while taking control of the upper body with a 2-handed grab. Follow up with a right knee kick and elbow strike to the back of the head. Four. Same as number 2, but from the other side. Parry the front kick, back kick combination as you Kyushu back into the right to position 4. Counterattack with a low and high roundhouse kick. When they push back the roundhouse kick, follow up with a driving knee kick. 5. Against the left high roundhouse kick, side Kyushu 90 degrees out of the impact zone with an underpunch. Reverse to the number 2 position with a 2-handed grab. Follow up with a knee kick and elbow strike to the back of the head. Six. Against a right middle roundhouse kick followed by a driving punch, use a stopping technique as you move back and outside to position 3. Parry away the punching hand and counterattack with a high roundhouse kick. When your opponent drives back the kick, reverse momentum into a spinning back kick.
Number 7 は左の中段回しが
7.
ストレートパンチが来ます。
Against a left middle roundhouse kick and driving punch, use a foot stop and open the body as you withdraw to position number 4. Parry the attacker's punching hand and counterattack with a left high roundhouse kick. When your opponent drives back the kick, use his momentum to follow up with a spinning back kick.
後ろ回し相手が逃げたこれをですねあんまり後ろまで引かないで半分まで持ってきます。
And a driving left high roundhouse kick.
出しながら上段の回しに持っていきます。 8はですね内ももに
8. Against an inside thigh kick, pull your left leg out of range as you kick through with your right.
右でローキックです。引いてから蹴っては遅いんで引きながらポンという。
After turning his body, grab the back of the shoulder with both hands, sweep the supporting leg, and turn 180 degrees.
9はですね外側
9. Against the outside low kick, retract the left leg out of range and swing it back into a low kick counterattack, which turns the attacker.
前足を蹴ります。そして後ろを掴んで
With a two-handed grab, pull back on the shoulder and sweep his supporting leg. Open your sweeping leg. 10. Finish off with a roundhouse kick.
倒します。 遠心の方はですね、実践を、想定してこう作っています。だからですね、一つ一つのさばきですね、それを理解して、練習してもらいたいと思います。勝負の歌、よー、イエス、はい、これから、サンドバッグを使ってですね、実際のパンチ、蹴りが来たと
When training with the heavy bag, always picture a real opponent. The heavy bag is not just a target to punch and kick. Picture an opponent with real kicks and punches coming at you, and respond with Sabaki techniques.
使ってもらいたいと思います。それでは相手とね向かい合って、いつもですね
Today we will practice from both sides.
右があれば今度は左があります。
Imagine you attack with a left-right punch combination. Your opponent blocks both punches and moves to your blind spot with a two-handed grab. Duck under, grab back, and counterattack with a left body punch. As you try to hook his neck, your opponent resists backwards. Switch to a back throw and finish off with a punch. Now let's try it from the other side.
左手が下で一旦落としてあげるパンチから相手が来たこれを裏投げで決めます。 実際にね、足をしっかりこう引っ掛けるようにね。よし。じゃあ、
When practicing the back throw on the heavy bag, make sure to hook the bag with the back of your heel. Here's Jiko Ashihara against the heavy bag. Start with a left-right punch followed by a right roundhouse kick. Picture your opponent blocking all three and counterattacking with a right front kick. Parry the front kick as you grab the pant leg of the kicking leg and pull it past you. With your free hand, grab the shoulder from behind and hook the supporting leg as you take him down. Finish off with a punch. Here it is from the opposite side with the right foot forward. Attack with a double punch and roundhouse kick. Picture the opponent's block and counter with a front kick. With the front hand, parry away the kick and grab the pant leg. The free hand grabs the back of his shoulder. Hook the supporting leg and take him down, finishing off with a punch. Attack with a strong 1-2 punch and middle roundhouse kick. Your opponent counters with a right front kick. Parry and grab, hook the leg, take down, and finish off.
Touch back. I'll say.
Here's the combination against a low roundhouse kick. Shin block, grab and step outside. Your opponent grabs back and squares up. So counter with a right body punch and left low kick. Reverse your kicking leg, use momentum to swing your free arm across your body and break the opponent's grasp. Continue into a spinning back kick. Here's the same technique from the opposite side. Cross over shin block, move outside and grab. As your opponent squares up, follow with a left body punch and right low kick. Reverse momentum, knock away the hand, and finish off with a spinning back kick.
Distance. Yep. Hey, yep. No. Oh. Punch me up. Say that. Yeah. Hey, yep. Hey. Shit. Stay up. Hey, yep. Hey.
Karate is what I love doing. It is my life's work. When young people ask me what they should do with their lives, I tell them to find what they like and do that for a living. I think that is the best way. If you have decided on your path, even through hard times, you won't regret trying. Even if you make mistakes, it's better than doing nothing. If you decided what you like, you bring passion to your work, continuously putting effort into what you love. That is what I consider talent.
ワンツーパンチで同じように上段回し蹴り。よし。でもこっちはもう下がりながらな。下がります。よし。こっちは引っ張ってきます。よし。これできるだけ前に進んでいく。よし。持ってくら色がいい。右足で前蹴りをこれ前の受けではいこれでこれだよそれ
In the tournament, there is only one champion. But in life, anyone can be a winner if they try. Your biggest opponent is inside you. Fight for what you believe in and never give up. If you decide on your path, follow it straight to the end. Don't look left or right. Just keep going straight. That is how you reach your goal. A true champion never gives up.
決してくじけないもののことではないでしょうか。